like I know for me personally, I don't want to be stuck in a little room, 10 by 10 room and stuff like that. Like it's cool to like see all the different stuff going on and get work done.
Absolutely. There's so many different ways you can do physical therapy. You can be in the hospital, you can be in a sterile medical kind of office building.
Right, yeah.
Or you can have that locker room feel. And that's kind of what we have there at that fast location. So who loves it the most? Probably the younger athletes. We've got music going over on that side. You've got kids running. It's got that feel. So it's not for everyone.
Yeah.
But we've had some people who are in their late 50s who had a knee replacement. They're like, I love this. Like, I want to be in this environment. So we move them over there.
Right, yeah.
And so our goal is to have something for everybody.
Dino, what are you doing? Get out of my seat.
What's going on, guys, and welcome to another episode of On the Move with Matt. Today I'm here with Kyle Feldman, and he is the National Director of Physical Therapy at Reinvision Physical Therapy. So thanks for coming on.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. So let's get started. How did you get to Winchester? Are you from here? Did you move here?
I'm not. I grew up in Ellicott City, Maryland, and I wanted to continue playing sports in college, so I looked for some. Unfortunately, I'm not as athletic and as fast as I always wanted to be. So I was looking for schools, D3 schools, looked in Pennsylvania, looked in Virginia, and found Shenandoah.
Okay.
Didn't necessarily love it my first time there.
Yeah.
Actually didn't get out of the car. Went down to JMU. So
Oh, wow.
It took me 5 visits and solidified myself. And so I came here. I did the 3+3 program. So I played football and did the pre-physical therapy program. And
Okay.
the rest is history.
So what position did you play in football?
Receiver.
Receiver?
Slow receiver, but I could catch. That was the only thing I had going for me.
Did you get some good playing time or just kind of on the team?
I did. No, it first few years was scrapping on special teams, and then my last year was a very fun year.
Cool.
My senior year.
So did you always want to be a physical therapist, or how did that come about?
In high school, I knew I wanted to do something healthcare, but my freshman year, I got hurt. A pretty big cut, kind of open thing, and unfortunately, blood wasn't my favorite. And so I was like, I can't do medical school because I can't do blood.
Right.
So I found out about chiropractic, and that's actually initially what I was looking for. So my senior year of high school, I did one of those like internship type things. Spent a whole year with chiropractor. Loved it.
Yeah.
But it seemed like the patients kept coming back. But he also said he did physical therapy, so he would do the chiropractic work, but then also do exercise.
Right.
And patients got better, and I was like, maybe physical therapy is what I'm looking for. And that,
Right. So did you ever actually did you get hurt in football and have to get physical therapy?
I never actually had to have physical therapy myself, which is kind of rare. Most people who go into the field have experienced it firsthand, but I had not. I just got to do the internship side.
Right, yeah. So do you like to practice on people and stuff? Does that help you, or do you let people practice on you as well?
Very much so.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoy it. I got a table in my basement. I use it all the time. Friends, family come over. I'm always practicing. I think it's the best job in the world. So
Reinvision Physical Therapy, you're the national director now. Did you start as a physical therapist and kind of work your way up the ladder?
Yeah, it's a long story. I was looking to start my own practice back after I finished fellowship. So I finished my residency from UVA. My wife's a Hokie, so we don't do too much with UVA. But I had a great experience there, and I moved to inner city West Side Chicago to do my fellowship. Manual therapy and treating chronic pain. So I came back to Winchester, and I was like, all right, let me start my own practice. That was my end goal there.
Right, yeah.
But I met our CEO of Reinvision. His name is Jeff Skeen. He used to be involved with Gold's Gym International. So he knew business stuff. And I was going to open my own. He was like, why don't we look at doing a bigger idea and something a little more innovative and different? And
right,
like, sure, let's give it a shot. And so I started with myself with a foldable table inside of Body Renew, which used to be in Delco Plaza.
Yep.
And that was in 2019. And now we're up to 21 clinics as of today.
Oh, wow.
So things are growing.
So do you run all the clinics? Are they all on the East Coast?
We are all on the East Coast. We're in Virginia, Maryland, North Carolina, Florida.
Okay.
Right now.
And you're in charge of all of them, or are you part owner? Or?
I am. I'm involved in the ownership component of it, but I run all of the physical therapy division, which at this point, I'm excited to have some more regional leadership that's coming this summer. So that's going to be very cool.
So are you in charge of actually like hiring employees to kind of build your mission, or?
Yes. So every employee I've hired at this point, as far as physical therapist, that's been a fun learning experience of meeting people and learning personalities. So I've hired everyone. I've created kind of the way we treat.
Right.
Initially was running the front desk, taking out the trash. So I've done from the beginning all the way up till now.
So you went from wide receiver to physical therapist, but now you're an entrepreneur basically.
I'm learning a lot.
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot. It's been fun.
How's that jump been? I mean, is there a lot of challenges in the business world? Do you kind of miss working on patients?
It is. So I'll never leave the clinic. I still am treating 25 hours a week consistently.
Oh, wow.
So I'm still treating a lot. I'll never give that up. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
The business side is fun. I'm learning a lot about, and we've talked a little bit about business.
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot about how to communicate and how to run something, and how when things are going right, it's for about a week, and then there's another challenge in the way. So that part's a little hard, but I'm learning a lot, which is good. So I'm hoping that it helps me in other parts of life too.
And do you find that most patients come to you because they just had surgery and they need to get back on their feet, or they're injured?
In Winchester, I would say we see more of the patient who has been hurt and has not had surgery yet. So we're seeing a lot of people from primary care offices or urgent cares, or finding us on social media. Like, hey, my neck's been bothering me for a long time, and coming in.
Yeah.
In Winchester, we're really lucky. We have some awesome therapists. Our clinic director of the West Jubal location is Allie Gosnell. She's been with me since the summer of 2019, so she was my first hire.
Oh, wow.
She does a lot of concussion work. She works with a lot of people who are hypermobile or extra flexible.
Yeah.
Some dancers, some high-level people. So she works with that population very well. She specialized there. We have two awesome therapists that do vestibular treatment.
Yeah.
And then Alan runs our FAST location. So he's inside of the FAST sports performance place.
Right.
So we treat a lot of athletes there. So we've got a wide kind of range of therapists.
Right. And what services do you guys offer? You have like dry needling, cupping. Do you do cupping? Can you explain all that to us?
Yeah. There's a lot. So I would say the foundation of physical therapy back from World War II when it started was about exercise. It was about getting people back to movement. Yeah. So in the end, I think physical therapy is about being physical.
Right.
And we need to get people to exercise. But what we've seen, especially when I was in Chicago in that chronic pain world, is when it hurts, you don't want to move.
Right, yeah.
And if you don't want to move, you tell someone to move, it's not going to go well.
Right, yeah.
So there are things you can do to try to make that pain level drop, to make the exercise a better experience.
Yeah.
So we do manual therapy, which would be mobilization, sometimes manipulations. We do dry needling, which is where you put a very, very thin needle into the muscle to help relieve some tension in that muscle.
Right.
We do cupping, which is a technique to help kind of bring blood supply up to the skin.
Right, yeah.
We do tool-assisted work, where you do kind of massage type work with a tool.
Right.
We do blood flow restriction. There's endless amount of things you can do, which is really cool. I think technology has really helped us in physical therapy.
Yeah.
But in the end, I think it's how do you make pain a little better, to exercise, to then in the end make pain even better.
Right, yeah. And do you find a lot of patients, like you kind of give them a list of homework? Are they doing the stretches at home, or do you get frustrated when they're not?
It's a really good question. As a new graduate, as someone who's newer in the physical therapy world, that happens a ton. It was a challenge for me, so I actually started to do some research. I went to Shenandoah. I'm a tried and true. I love the university.
Yeah.
Involved still a lot, but one of the professors there, actually, her and I did research, Dr. Jessica Peacock, on therapeutic alliance and home exercise compliance.
Right, yeah.
So we actually tried to do some work to figure out why do people not do homework, and why do they do it?
Yeah.
I think there's some internal motivation that goes along with it. But one of the biggest things we're seeing is relatability. If we can show you the value of it, if it makes you feel better, then you're going to do it. Or if we can say, hey, this allows you to play pickleball 3 days a week.
Right, yeah.
They're more likely to do it.
Yeah. And I think it's a little bit scarier. Like, I know personally, like if you have knee surgery and your knee's hurt and swollen, you're going to do the homework. But if you're just kind of coming to you because, I had like a little, aches or pain here, maybe I won't, be motivated to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you experienced that or not.
Absolutely. I think we were just talking before we started this about kind of the psychology of talking to people and finding people. In the healthcare world, I think the psychology is even stronger, because sometimes you get beliefs like, if I bend forward, I'm going to hurt my back.
Right.
So then they bend forward, hurt their back. They don't want to do exercise in that position. And that can end up leading to more issues in the end.
Right, yeah.
And it leads to compensations or dysfunctional movement patterns. So if we can get someone to understand how to move or understand their body better, it helps dramatically.
Right. And you're traveling a lot, so you're going to all these different locations. What do you do when you get there?
It depends. So I'll give you an example. Yesterday, I was down in Richmond, and we started with 2 clinics in June. We now have 6.
Oh, wow.
So it has grown a lot, which is awesome, problem to have. But I left the house at 4 a.m., drove, sat in the car for almost 3 hours.
Right, yeah.
And you get out, you're tight. So me as a physical therapist, I know I need to do a couple things to make myself feel better. So I do those exercises, things I'm teaching my patients. So I practice what I preach.
Right.
I get to the clinic. I do a lot of mentorship. So in each clinic, I'm trying to improve how our therapists think.
Okay.
I had some awesome mentors from Aaron Hartstein here in Winchester, Virginia. He's a local guy. Right. He was my professor at Shenandoah. He was my mentor during my residency. Yeah. And now we live about 10 doors down from each other.
Oh, wow.
So he mentored me. Then I was in Chicago. I had some awesome therapists from Australia, New Zealand, as well as across the country. So I learned a ton, and I think that guidance was very helpful for me to grow. So part of what we do in our practice is we mentor all of our therapists. And so when I go to each clinic, I mentor them either with a patient or we go through tough cases. Right. We work on our skills and techniques. And so that's my passion is the quality of care. So that's what I do at all the clinics.
And I know you guys are involved in the community a lot. Like, how has that helped your business grow? Because if I get surgery on my back, my knee, whatever, then I have like Facebook ads all over the place. You know, try this physical therapy office, try this one. So what have you guys done to stand out?
It's a really good point. I graduated in 2014 from PT school. Yeah. And when I looked then, there was already 13 practices in Winchester.
Wow. Yeah.
And Winchester in 2014, I wouldn't say was the biggest place in the world.
Right.
To have 14 physical therapy practices.
Right. Maybe now.
Yeah, exactly. It's growing.
Yeah.
When I looked to open my own practice in 2018, 2019, there was already 15. So there was even 2 more.
Right. Yeah.
So I was already seeing this boom. So when we opened our practice, I was like, I just want to have enough to keep the business open.
Right, yeah.
And as time has gone, I've started to realize if you really entrench yourself in the community, people realize what your value is.
Right, yeah.
And so we've done a lot. We do a lot of what's called one-on-one care. So we don't use aides or techs. You're just with us for that time period.
Right.
And that experience for patients has been pretty successful.
Right, yeah.
And I think also our ability to have therapists who kind of specialize in different things has allowed us to hit different markets of people.
Right.
And so let's say a mom comes in and has a fantastic experience, and then her son is an athlete. If you're a PT who maybe is more general, you might not have that athletic next level.
Right.
Or the mom's mom has vertigo, and maybe you don't know what to do for that. Right. Or the husband had a back surgery, and you just don't know all of that. So we have therapists that kind of know a bunch of different things, so we can help that whole family.
Okay. And I noticed PTs, so when they go home at night, their work's not done right. You're still writing notes. I've heard multiple stories, like I'm up till 10, 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Is that all true?
Yeah. It's worse when you're earlier on in your career. When I was doing my residency, I was spending 2 to 3 hours a night doing documentation.
Right.
I would say there's some cheats you can do where you make little codes to kind of make it more efficient.
Right, yeah.
So that's helped. AI, we've not used it yet, but AI is a way to help yourself. I've seen other clinics do that as a way to help their notes.
Yeah.
But documentation, I would say, is a negative in that it's not fun.
Right.
But in the end, it's still medical practice. And let's say I'm out for a day. We want another therapist to know exactly what I did. Right. So that patient can have that same experience with whoever they go to.
Right.
Or if something doesn't go well, we have that information to back what we did, why we did it.
Right.
And you always need that.
Yeah. I mean, how do you remember all that stuff from each patient during the day? Are you just jotting down notes as you go to trigger your memory?
Absolutely. When I was in fellowship, one thing we talked about was that eye contact, that patient experience of them understanding that you're there for them.
Right.
So I would do a lot of handwritten notes, but my handwriting's awful.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, my stepmom wouldn't let me go outside until I finished my homework. Okay. So I slopped through all my homework all the time to kind of get that rolling. Yeah. So my handwriting's awful. So then I started taking quick notes in my computer, and then I kind of solidify it at the end of the day.
Yeah, because you want the patient to know, I'm here, I'm listening to you, I care about you. But at the same time, you're like, I got to write these notes down. So I'm sure it's a hard balance.
It is. And that's one thing about, I think, the patient experience of why we do that one-on-one care. I just interviewed a therapist for North Carolina. Yeah. And the practice that they're in, they see 3 patients at one time.
Oh, wow.
So as a patient, you're working on exercise, and that therapist is working with 2 other people, and they got to do their notes. It's not the experience that they're hoping or looking for.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're hoping that our experience allows that. And then let's say during that time, let's say a patient's taking a little break, then the therapist can jot some stuff down and
Right.
get
Yeah.
the job done.
And so you guys are at the FAST location too. How has teaming up with them like helped you grow? Is that like mainly athletes go there and then you transition them into like working out there, or what's that all about?
So our model, a lot of our clinics are inside of gyms.
Yeah.
Our owner used to be part of Gold's Gym International. So
Right.
we're well connected in the Gold's Gym world. So a lot of our clinics are in Gold's gyms.
Okay.
I love Winchester. And I met James, I don't know, 4 years ago.
Okay.
And I saw what he was doing, of how he was training athletes. And
Got one to the NFL, right?
Yeah, and he got the NHL and just awesome D1 athletes. And I was like, he knows, he has the formula.
Yeah.
And when I was growing up, I wasn't fast, I wasn't strong, and I wish I'd had what James had to offer. So when we were talking, I was like, man, I'd love to somehow be a part of what you're doing. And he was like, I'd love to be a part of what you're doing.
Yeah.
And so for us, it was a good relationship to how, if someone's hurt there, how do we get them instantly back quicker? Or if we've got someone who's injured, how do we show them that the journey doesn't end at the end of physical therapy? It ends with more exercise and continuing that lifestyle change.
Right, yeah.
So that's where that relationship is blossomed into.
And I think it's cool there because you're kind of out in the open. Like I know for me personally, I don't want to be stuck in a little room, 10 by 10 room and stuff like that. Like it's cool to like see all the different stuff going on and get work done.
Absolutely. There's so many different ways you can do physical therapy. You can be in the hospital, you can be in a sterile medical kind of office building.
Right, yeah.
Or you can have that locker room feel. And that's kind of what we have there at that FAST location. So who loves it the most? Probably the younger athletes. We've got music going over on that side. You've got kids running. It's got that feel. So it's not for everyone.
Yeah.
But we've had some people who are in their late 50s who had a knee replacement. They're like, I love this. Like, I want to be in this environment. So we move them over there.
Right, yeah.
And so we have, our goal is to have something for everybody.
Hold up, before we jump back into the episode, let's hear a quick word from yours truly. If you're thinking about buying or selling in Virginia or West Virginia, I'm ready to help you make that move. Whether it's finding your forever home or looking to sell, I've got the experience and the visibility you need. Check the description below for the best way to reach out to me, and now let's get back to the episode.
And I saw you guys are at 540 Fitness too, and Alan, one of your PTs, is doing, a clinic there or something.
Yeah, he's done some work over there. So we know that FAST is for certain people. It's for certain performers. But the 540 Fitness, they do an awesome job of that kind of CrossFit model of challenging yourself and pushing your limits in different ways, and maybe for a different age demographic.
Right, yeah.
And those people need help too. And so we're trying to find ways to connect with them. So we want to help everyone. We go to local dance locations and work with dance studios.
Yeah.
Certain sports teams will do injury prevention.
Okay.
Our goal is not necessarily to get a ton of patients. It's to show that they can help themselves.
Right, yeah.
And maybe never see us. Can we prevent some of this stuff from happening?
So have you ever, we're so close to, the Commanders. Have you ever trained anybody on their team?
HIPAA does limit some things.
Yeah.
But I've had some pretty cool patients in the past. I've had some guys call me from Spain when they were traveling and saying, hey, I hurt my back. What do I do? So that was a really cool experience.
Right, yeah.
I had a couple people fly in before. I would not say I'm the best therapist in any way, shape, or form. I've had so many mentors that are better than me. But I've had the opportunity to see some pretty cool patients who have seen some value in what I'm providing. So it's been really cool.
And I mean, professional athletes, they want you to come to them, right? They're not coming to your office.
Yeah, there's some, I guess, luxury in that. So I know Russell Wilson, I think 4 years ago, they advertised that he'd spent $1 million on self-care.
Yeah.
Nutrition, physical therapy, chiropractic, massage. So they're investing in themselves. They're realizing how much they're worth.
Right. It's kind of mind-blowing to think about that, but I mean, yeah, if you have a chiropractor, physical therapist, nutritionist, then you're going to stay in the NFL a lot longer.
Absolutely. And Derrick Henry, I'm a huge Ravens fan, so he's a perfect example of that, taking care of your body.
Right, yeah.
There was a fight recently, the Tyson Jake Paul fight.
Yeah.
I was hoping Tyson destroyed him, but he didn't. But I think of boxing is a good analogy. Is in the world, you as a patient, you as a person, your body's a machine. It's like your car. You need to have a corner of people that you trust.
Right, yeah.
And, it might not be me. It could be anybody. But you find who your person is, whether it be your physical therapist, your orthopedist, your primary care doc, your
Right.
OBGYN,
Right.
your chiropractor, your massage therapist, your acupuncturist.
Yeah.
And you start to build this corner of people that you trust and understand you,
Yeah.
and that you understand and trust their thought process.
Right. And do you guys have like a vision in the future where you want to like, double the business or the practices? Or right now you just need to kind of slow down a little bit?
Yeah. So when I came on, I had said I'd love to have a practice with 3 therapists and really improve kind of what my brand is and what we do in physical therapy in Winchester.
Right.
And Jeff is a big thinker. He's
Yeah.
grown Gold's Gym International to what it was, and
Right.
opened another huge gym chain. Started with nothing, grew it into what it was. So
Right.
he had a vision.
Yeah.
I had a vision too, but he said, would you want to impact 3 therapists, or would you rather impact 150 therapists? And if I can instill kind of some clinical reasoning and that patient-centered experience
Right. Yeah.
with a bunch of therapists, I'd be happy. We have 21 clinics now. The goal is 30 by the end of 2025.
Okay.
The goal is another 50 by the end of 2026.
Jeez.
And continue to grow from there.
Yeah.
The model's there, the desire's there. We've just got to figure out how to grow it correctly.
Right. Yeah.
That's the big challenge.
And are these gonna be like actual offices, or these are gonna be implanted in like what you said, gyms?
Yeah, most of them are going to be kind of in that gym environment.
Okay.
We are having CEOs from different gym companies coming to us,
Right.
asking to go in there. So
Oh, wow.
our North Carolina expansion was
Yeah.
because the gym owner of
Right.
the 13 gyms down in that area loved
Yeah.
what we were doing, and he was like, I want you in every single one of ours.
Right.
So
yeah.
we do physical therapy. We also have a division that does primary care medicine,
Okay.
and which
Yeah.
includes sometimes medical supervised weight loss,
Yeah.
testosterone management, the
Oh, wow.
primary care. So we want to
Yeah.
kind of be that one-stop shop
Yeah.
inside that gym world.
And what are your thoughts on like cold plunging, IV drips, all that kind of stuff? Do you do any of that stuff? Incorporate it?
Yeah, I think there's value. The analogy I love to use is we are all our own vehicle, our own machine. I kind of talked about
Right.
it a couple of times. So
Yeah.
you could put a certain type of gas and oil into one thing, and it works amazing. And then you put another type in that same type of vehicle, and it doesn't
Yeah.
work well.
Right.
So for you, if you do intermittent fasting in the diet world, that could help you dramatically.
Right.
And for me, I need 6-7 meals a day to keep me going.
Right.
So everyone kind of has their own thing. So
Yeah.
I think in the recovery world, it's the same type thing.
Yeah.
The good thing about the recovery world is the risk is low. So we talk about risk reward in anything you do.
Right. Yeah.
The risk is low. A cold plunge. The worst thing that can happen is you fall asleep and you get hypothermia. Worst case scenario.
Yeah.
If you're falling asleep in a cold plunge, you've got your own issues going on
Right.
there. So
Something else going on.
yeah. So the risk is pretty low. If it works for you, the reward is through the roof.
Right.
Like they've done some studies on for pre-exercising that if
Yeah.
you do some cold plunge, kind of intermittent, it's the same as taking 2 cups of espresso.
Oh wow.
So it can be
Yeah.
that huge hit to get you going.
Right.
For recovery, my senior year, I was in PT school, so I'd sit all day and then I'd
Yeah.
play football. I did the cold plunge after every practice, and
Yeah.
I felt like $1 million. It was the best I felt of all my 4 years in college.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So for me, the ice plunge is a game changer.
Right.
For some people, the infrared sauna is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Foam rolling is a miracle worker for some patients. Some people think it's the worst thing ever, and they cut it up and throw it away.
Yeah. It's painful.
Yep. And IV drips, I've had some people who absolutely love it. They see a ton of value in it.
Right. Yeah.
Some people say I wasted 20 minutes. So I think you've got to try it. So I tell people, give it a shot. Make sure that financially you can do it, and if you
Right.
can and it helps you, go down that route.
Yeah. I mean, you know your own body best, so yeah, gotta try it all out.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So where do you think like the local PT offices in Winchester, where do you think they're gonna go in 5 years? Are they gonna expand to get more patients, or are you happy with kind of where they're at?
As far as our clinics,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, we're doing a little work on Shenandoah's campus with some of the athletes because
Yeah.
not everyone had a car, and we were
Right,
like,
yeah.
how do we help everybody? How do we
Right.
help all these athletes? Because
Yeah.
I was a Shenandoah athlete, and I really wish I had someone come on campus when I didn't have a car my freshman year.
Right. Yeah.
So we're trying to find ways to bring that therapy experience to everybody.
yeah.
I didn't envision going to fast more than 1 day a week. That's how I started it. I
Right,
thought it was
yeah.
going to be a 1 day a week little thing.
Yeah.
And we got to the point where we had up to 4 therapists in there over the last year.
Oh well. How many are there right now?
We are down to 2.
And full time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it's just evolving. The
Right, yeah.
dynamics of things change and where we need our therapists. But
Yeah.
we're willing to, I mean, we could be up to 8 at one point. We'll
Right.
see how it all plays out.
Are you teaching classes at Shenandoah too?
I am. I teach the cadaver lab, so in the anatomy class. So we go into the cadaver lab. I do more of the breakout sessions where I kind of help with, how do I word it? How to connect the anatomy that you're looking at into what's going to happen clinically.
Yeah.
And then I help in the musculoskeletal, which is the course that teaches like all the injuries and pathologies and how to do the hands-on part.
And do you enjoy that part, the teaching part, or are you more a hands-on?
I love teaching.
Yeah.
I love treating.
Yeah.
If I can't treat and see every patient, then I want to teach someone else how to do it as well.
Right.
So I do that teaching, and I also started my own continuing education course series. So I teach in different parts of Virginia, and I've expanded into Maryland doing education as well.
So you do it all pretty much.
I'm trying to do what I love, and I'm realizing it's a lot of things, which can get me in trouble.
So with all the stuff you're doing, traveling, running all these clinics, how do you balance all that with your, family life? You have kids now?
Yeah,
So
two girls.
Yeah. So how do you balance all that?
It is not easy. My wife actually works full-time and commutes pretty far. So she is definitely my rock in all of this. She's supported this whole journey from the very beginning.
Right.
So I love that she is here for it.
Right,
I'm glad that she is able to support me when I'm doing any of this stuff. And
Right.
She's the one who calls it out and tells me, hey, you got to slow down or you got to do this. So she always kind of keeps me grounded in everything.
Right,
But she's the one who makes this all possible.
And then, have you ever felt like you wanted to give up or something, and she keeps pushing you?
Yeah, absolutely. And there's times where I'm like, this is brutal. I'm definitely not a quitter. That's not my mindset. So I'm a go. But are there times where I'm like, this is a little too much, and she'll motivate me and make that happen.
She keeps you in check then?
She does. She
Yeah.
does.
And
I've always been told how did this all happen? Like how did her and I meet? Because I was pretty picky in the relationship world, and I said she was the first person who really truly challenged me, and I would say that still holds true. She's pretty awesome.
And you said she went to tech, so she was never at Shenandoah?
She was not. Well, she was not for undergrad. She ended up getting her master's there.
Okay.
And then she ended up doing her doctorate virtually because of the COVID world.
Okay.
So she has her doctorate as well.
So what does she do?
Not PT. Her doctorate was in curriculum assessment and instruction.
Okay.
It's big words for she helps create curriculums and development to make sure that things are getting done and taught properly.
Okay.
She was a teacher. She now works in more of the government world. Of kind of figuring out how to help other groups, like larger companies, improve their strategies and success.
And do you guys get weekends off?
We try to.
Yeah.
Some of it's travel, some of it's working on the computer, but we tend to balance that pretty well. And I wouldn't say work-life balance is an easy concept, because whenever time is empty, her and I tend to want to fill it with something. It's just our personalities.
Yeah.
But we get to have a lot of smiles, a lot of laughs, a lot of cuddles, so it works out.
Right. Well, so are you bringing these students from Shenandoah and planting them in the locations to practice?
Yeah. So the cool thing about Shenandoah is we do a lot of clinical internships when you're a student there.
Okay.
During COVID, there was a lot of clinics who wasn't able to take students.
Yeah.
And so the way we were set up and knowing how important that was, we as a company really pledged to take as many students as we could.
Right.
And I think that helped the university, and it seems like that relationship grew even stronger.
Right.
And so we've been able to been fortunate to have a lot of the students from there as well as other universities. And with that and our connection to the university, Stephanie Mahan, who's one of our therapists, she teaches in the cadaver lab as well.
Okay.
Alan also helps teach at the university. So we've seemed to have gotten even more and more students that come and do their time with us and then potentially get hired by us as well.
So, once the PT students get into the program, is it a pretty high success rate, or do a lot of them fail?
No, it's a pretty high success rate. The first year is the hardest year. That's where you usually lose anybody that you lose in the program.
Right, yeah.
But from there, they usually do pretty well.
Yeah. Well, so the people that do fail, is it just, it's too much for them, or... I feel like once you get in, you're a pretty smart person.
Yeah, I think it's sometimes people are smart and they don't have to put in the work in maybe high school and undergrad. Yeah. And it's a big wake-up call when the volume is just that much harder.
Right, yeah.
It's a doctorate level education, so you're just getting what do they call it? Drinking out of a fire hose is the analogy that they use.
Yeah.
And it's like, how much can you retain? How can you link the dots? And sometimes they're not ready for it, whether maturity level or test-taking strategies or studying strategies.
Right. And so a lot of things, you go to school, you learn all this stuff, but same thing in real estate. You get out there, and then that's when you learn. It's the hands-on stuff. Same thing in PT world.
Absolutely. I think the perception of a lot of people when they first hear about physical therapy, if they don't fully understand it, is you treat people who got in car accidents or you treat people after surgery, and all you do is tell people to exercise. Yeah. And then when they start seeing the intricacies behind it and the thought process that goes into it, they're like, oh, wow, this is harder.
Right.
And I think, you tell me, you're the expert in this, but during that COVID time period, there's a lot of people who said, oh, I can do real estate. I can sell a house.
Right.
And they started to get into it and they realized, oh, this is harder than it looks.
Right, exactly. It's good during the easy times when people are calling you, but when the market kind of goes down, then it's like, how much effort have you put into it? You got to work a lot harder.
Absolutely.
So you have to get a doctorate to be a physical therapist now. Was that the case when you became one?
I was. I think the first graduating class at Shenandoah, I want to say, was either 2000 or 2004. Okay. So it's been a long time that the doctorate's been around. I think 5 years ago is when they got rid of every master's program. It might have been a little longer than that.
Right.
So in order to have your physical therapy at this point, you need a doctorate.
And do you go by doctor ever, or you don't like that?
So it's funny, when we were in school, whenever I make a reservation, always use the doctor. That's helped me a little bit.
Right, yeah.
Whenever I get really mad at a what are they called? Utility. Anytime I get mad at like a utility group, I definitely throw the doctor in there.
Yeah.
So I do throw it sometimes. I'm proud of having a doctorate. I don't feel like everyone needs to call me that. In the clinic, I do have a lot of people who say Dr. Kyle or Dr. Feldman or Doc, and I take it and I love it because I do feel like I've earned it.
Right.
But I also don't want it to cause confusion because sometimes it can be confusing for some people. So I don't throw it out there all the time, but I definitely do use it.
Right. Cool. Well, I appreciate you coming on today.
Absolutely.
And if anybody wants your services, what's the best way to contact you?
So you could find us on social media. We have Reinvision Physical Therapy, reinvisionpt.com.
Yeah.
I have my own social media as well, so you're more than happy to reach out to me. I'd appreciate it a ton.
Do people call you directly, or are they calling like a front desk?
Yeah, so we have a main phone number. We have over 9 front desks for all of our clinics, so we have someone answering the phone. If we don't, it's because there's a mass illness somewhere. But someone answers the phone, they get back to you, and then they can schedule you for any of the clinics. So we try to make it kind of that flexible experience.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks for coming on, and we'll have to have you back one day.
Absolutely.
All right, yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.